Sup, chat? Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. Sup, everyone in chat except Lopi. We do not stand the bunny. Not in my chat. Hey, Drino. I'm set up, don't worry. I was watching all of the new Hololive songs. Don't say, Lopi, you're not allowed to say Benumbral. That is forbidden. Who gave you access to the emote? Hey, Ori. Good to see you. I'm glad we have similar taste in Hololive VTubers. Let me hop to the... Where am I going? Where am I trying to go? Come on, Penumbra, you've done this about a million times. You should know what you're doing by now. They say the human's brain's really good at adapting, and yet I still am shit at my one activity. It do be like that. Let us pop over. Don't say Penumbral movies. I hate all of you. How are you guys? I'm not a bunny. It never happened, never will happen, never has happened. I'm keeping my hoodie up today, actually. Fuck you. It's my hoodie, I can do what I want. How are we guys doing? How are we guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are we doing? I don't know. You said... Okay, I don't have a brain history. Penumbral is not canon. It is not a canon event, I can change it. Don't call me Eggman. How... Can we ban another mod? Can the mods all just ban each other? I think the chat would be significantly better. Anyway, are you guys ready to geek out about the new Hololive EN members? Because I am. I'm ready to talk about them. I'm ready to simp relentlessly. Don't you underestimate my ability to completely lose my head. No, oh my god, Narissa's... Okay, hang on. I need to timestamp. What is the timestamp? I don't fucking know. How long are we live? 2 minutes 50. That's the timestamp. The timestamp is a little bit excited, don't worry about it. Why are you guys spamming Benum? I hate all of you. Let me... I'm not... Okay, I'm not calling it simping, alright? Leave me alone. Not the Shiori love. Hang on. What I want to... Let me just... I feel like the Hololive initial tweet is probably the best for this, right? Show them all. Shiori needs to be... No, Narissa needs to play Bloodborne. Hang on, what's the best tweet? What is the best way to show off all of the new members? Let me just... let me find an image and we can look at them all. Look at all of them. This is actually a really cool image. Let me do this. Okay. Here they are, chat. I think they're all probably going to play. Look, it's their Hololive members. They're all going to play Souls games at one point. So we have Shiori, we have Narissa, we have Bijou, and we have oh god, I'm gonna forget which one is which. Which one is Fuwa and which one is Moko? Oh no. I can't see the booba, I can't tell them apart. Moko Blue, okay, thank you. That is not the way I differentiate them, but that's fine, don't worry about it. I think... But yeah, so 5 members, 4 channels. Fuwa pink eyes, Moko blue eyes. Okay, but not their hair. Yeah, the color thing is not an efficient way to differentiate them, considering they have alternating eye and hair color. Anyway, here they are. So there was a lot of memes leading up to this, if you saw them. Some of them were like kind of wholesome. The 5-member 4 channels, yeah. So Bijou, Narissa, and Shiori all have channels. Fuwa Moko is one channel with both of them together as twins, so they kind of stream. from what I've seen, it looks like they're streaming together. I don't know if they'll ever do like independent streams, like where they'll do one at a time, or if they're always going to be together. I imagine they might do a bit of both. They function as a unit. But yeah, so 4 channels, 5 streamers. It's fine, don't worry about it. Fuwawa long hair, Makoko short hair. I feel like I'm gonna bite my tongue. Try say Fuwawa Makoko 5 times fast. 5 times fast. I can't even say 5 times fast. So they all debuted over the weekend. EU bros, we ain't eating very good this generation, I'm afraid. All the debuts were at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey Split. So, and from what I've seen of their current schedules, they're very much in the wrong time zone. They're all streaming at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Pretend they're one streamer and call them Fuwa Moko. I mean, that's what their channel's name is. Fuwawa Mokoko, Fuwawa Mokoko. FWMC are doing... Is that what we're calling them now? We're acronymizing them. Afternoon UK Town. I guess that's fine. But yeah, so... The memes beforehand. Bijo's fucking Oshi mark. Hang on, let me pull up Bijo's Twitter. She shouldn't have anything wild on there. She's a Hololive member. Come on now. Oh wait, at Bijo is taken. Kaseki Bijo. I don't remember the other name. I remember one name per streamer. I can't remember more than that. So, her fucking Oshi mark is the moe. Did you see her stream title? Oh my god, this might have been my favorite thing. I think Bijo's debut was probably my favorite. The fucking stream title of her goddamn, like, I think it was her debut stream, or it was fucking, hang on. This shit was funny as fuck. She called it Moi Moi Kyun. I fucking adore her. She's incredible. Yeah, the pickaxe. Bro, I honestly, like, I loved Bijo's fucking debut. Having, like, she started like this. And in chat had to spam pickaxes in order, and she had this full, like, magical girl transformation shit. Like, so yeah, she's definitely the resident meme lord. To draw Pebble Sona. But yeah, so this is Bijo. And obviously, as is tradition with a meme lord shitposter VTuber, you have to have the fucking PowerPoint presentation. I love the word art. The word art brought me back to high school, man. I remember when I used to think this was good design. When I would like make like PowerPoints for English class, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna make my title look cool. And fucking hit them with that word art, bro. Never failed. A+ every time. HNB joking that she spent her budget on the transition. I mean, to be fair, it's valid. The fucking transition went hard. And she can use that as like a transition theme for like when she's changing scenes as well. I mean, like, it's a cool fucking transformation. I don't know if I can show it because I'll probably get fucking copyrighted. Copyrighted. Fucking cool though. It is maybe a bit too long, but you could cut off like the end and just have the end transformation. She also edited it on stream. Yeah, she brought out the like fucking the pop-out menu for PowerPoint where you see all the slides and shit on the side. Wild. Probably my favorite debut. Just I've always said this. I have a soft spot for the shitpost debuts, like what Shu did from Niji, like everyone else has like really cute slides and graphic design, and it's just like a fucking PowerPoint stop motion bullshit. It's great, love it. So the cheap and cheerful ones, yeah. Yo, Tokisaki, thank you for the super chat, man. I assume the letter will come through at some point. Please? There we go. I don't know why I'm asking for it, considering it's Lopi saying fuck you, but hey. But yeah, so Bijo is great. the other ones, the easiest way to actually find them is, even if I type in Bijou, I think I don't even get the... Why? Okay. I fucking hate YouTube's fucking suggestion. Why is that the... YouTube, please, cease. What? Bro, someone has already made an animation for... Why is my text size so large? It's because I'm zoomed in so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Oh, it's Kanaro. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, valid. What do you expect? I know, yeah. I didn't see who posted it. I should have fucking known. He was zooming. He was going... But, like, even when they're, like, EN members searching up their name, you get clips before you get the channel, which is weird. How do I beat Terraria? That's a good question. Enhance. Yeah, Can doesn't sleep. Man's possessed. But yeah, so that was Bijou. I wanted to find her fucking... Hang on. We go to our channel. The easiest way to find... So, if you search up their names, you'll just get clips because, of course, YouTube search recommended. The easiest way to find them is actually just find one and then click on the others. And... Oh my god, my other menu is so fucking big. This is Shiori. So... Bijou's like pre-debut. Every member had like a pre-debut meme kind of thing going on. Shiori's was that everyone thought she was going to be fucking Menhera as shit. Everybody was expecting her to be like the most unhinged member, and she actually turned out to be the most like nerdy. Like she has the most hingies. She's not really unhinged. She's just a nerd. She's like Lopi adjacent, you know, kind of crazy, but mostly just a fan fiction writer. She eats with scissors. Yeah, what's wrong with that? You're gonna judge someone for their choice of utensil? Look, scissors are just two knives together. Like, I don't think that's that weird. Can fix it. She's just a bit weird. She do be... Look, didn't she say she was a VTuber fan beforehand? Yes, I did watch it. She eats with scissors sometimes. I get that. I don't understand. She can fix me. Shut up, Lopi. Use these... Okay. Based. Like, chopsticks are fucking hard to use. I'd rather use scissors than chopsticks. But yeah, she was great. Didn't she admit to being like a Hololive fan beforehand? Like she was in the community for a while. So, yeah, history of VTubing. So, you know, like, she's a VTuber fan. You know she's a little bit crazy, but she's not... By our standards, she's basically sane, right? Yeah, she might like some of the edgy anime. She has a whole husbando list. I'm aware. Oh no, do you know what I need to... Like, wait, what was the one someone put the wildest fucking thing in their anime. I think it was the twins. We'll see when we get to the twins. I think the twins was the wild one. She just says Ghost Stories is goated, only if you watch the dub though. A lot of old anime. Like a lot of, well, Made in Abyss is recent, and Osamatsu-san, but like Mononoke Gintama? Yeah, Fuwawa. Look, we'll get there. We'll get there. The twins are wild. Wait, it's the long-haired one that said she didn't like load of jokes, but then one of them had fucking Yosuke no Sora on their goddamn anime list. Multiplayer horror games, My Time at Portia. I've never played that. I've got it in my Steam library. I've been meaning to play it. Her fucking... Okay, I've never known someone to put Of Mice and Men in their favorite book category. I had to read that shit in high school, and I've never thought about it since. But like, okay, kind of based. Bro, she loves Lovecraftian shit. My Oshi, for real, for real. Mice and Men is like, don't hate. I don't know, like, yeah, kind of. I think it's just in my brain, it's always just been, you know, a school book, not a... I think maybe if I'd read it when I was older, I'd been like, oh yeah, it's a good book, but like, I don't know. When the teacher made you read it out loud, yeah, it was Oof. That's definitely a spicy one. I haven't read a lot. I've read Sherlock. I've not actually read the Cthulhu Case, but I need to read more. I used to read when I was young, I used to tear through books. I used to read like a book a day. And then I found fan fiction, and then I didn't read any books anymore because I'm a fucking dweeb. But yeah. Enjoy taking pictures of insects, based. Eat with scissors sometimes, based. Suffer from insomnia and headaches. She's just like me for real. I am Scottish, I'm sorry. I hate to admit that. I did not watch the Of Mice and Men movie. Bro, insomnia and headaches. She do just be like us, for real. Every voice out of me is real. I mean, true. Read and enjoy. Okay. Saying you enjoy fictional characters is a wild statement, but yeah, real, based, true. There's a simulation you can play. Yeah, we did that with the Hunger Games tier list. Scottish 2, I recognise the accent. Oh, I'm sorry. My condolences. But yeah. Is this fucking Undertale? So I heard it in the background. I was like, hang on. I recognise that theme. The more edgy and badass the model, the cuter and dorkier the personality. True. Everyone thought she was going to be the most, like, lewd, unhinged fucking VTuber. And she's a little unhinged, but she's mostly just a dork. She's great. I do like, I mean, okay, I'm going to talk about something at the end of this about, like, something I noticed, but we'll get to that at the end. We have to go through all of them first. How you doing, Mr. Ireland? Hey, pasta. Fuck. Yeah, the reason people thought it is just because, like...
Penumbra, fuck you.
Yes, fuck you too,
Watch the
Lopi.
debut with the boys. Archie has already declared me insane for really liking Shiori, and I don't agree with
Bro, that's base taste. Archie's just fucking dumb. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Herdic. Don't listen to anything Archie says. Man's an idiot. Like, it's the eyes. The eyes are just a little too wide, right? Like, so if you look at the eye shape compared to, like, most anime characters have, like, oval eyes, right? Where, like, it's like an oval shape. It's longer than it is wide. She has circular eyes, which means that they don't quite, like, they're a bit too small for the eyes. Well, they're actually normal by real people's standards, but it means that the top of them doesn't quite reach the top of the eyelid, so she looks like... Wow, that's racist. Yeah, I'm sorry to all the anime people out there. Hey, wait, I'm an anime person. Fuck you. So when the eye doesn't reach the top of the eyelid, it makes you look like you're staying, like, I can do it with my model, right? Makes me look like I'm fucking unhinged. Anytime the eyes don't touch the eyelids, makes you look like you're fucking batshit. No cussing? I will cuss as much as I want. Probably. And yeah, also the eyes glowing. It's really cool. I love her design. Her design is fucking awesome.
Penumbra, fuck you.
The man loves the twins though, and yeah.
Yeah, the twins are based as well. Thank you for the super chat, Eric. But yeah, the twins also do be based. I love goth designs, so these two, spicy. I think this is the difference between the design and the personality. People were like, got whiplash, but she's great. I think she's cool. Do enjoy a fellow literary geek. Let's do Narissa next. Narissa's probably my personal Oshi out the bunch. Bro, this fucking cover goes so goddamn hard. This cover, bruh, I love this cover. But yeah, no, Narissa's great. Narissa's like Crony if Crony was happy. If Crony goes to therapy, this is what we get.
If you're a Japanese speaker, please...
Like, her voice is goated. Her design is goated. Her colors, her... Like... Everything is just fucking incredible. You love to see it. So, this is what I was talking about with the debut, like, designs. Like, she had, like, a proper, like, really well-designed... thing. She never turns left. This entire debut, she never turns left. She's constantly at like a 45-degree angle. It's fucking Yeah, she's like 175 centimeters. Yeah, bro, I think she's the tallest EN member now. Is she a 3/4? Yeah, when I first saw her moving, I thought, is she got a 3D model? But it's like, oh no, she does. She turned left there. I think it's the first time. That's the only time off stream. Dream face. But yeah,
hello everyone. It is.
She. I think it's called like. Is it called like 2.5D?
Can you hear me?
How tall is 175 centimeters? I think it's like 5'10". 69 inches. So yeah, about 5'9". She's the tallest. She's the second tallest overall HoloMem after Coco, if we're counting Coco. If not, then I think she is the tallest. 3 feet taller than you, bro. I posted a picture on Twitter for the first time, and I just got roasted for being a skeleton. But I'm not taking short height jokes anymore. My legs are as long as my desk. Fuck you, Lopi. She's as tall as you. She's what, like 3 inches under me, which is pretty wild. Most VTubers are like teeny tiny, like short, very very short. Tall girls are based. We do like tall girls. How tall am I? I'm 183 centimeters, or about 6 foot. Don't listen to Lopi. Having a comically small desk doesn't make you tall. Shut up, Lopi. Yeah, most VTubers are like little babbies. Lopi is like 4'10". Do I give good hugs? I don't know. I don't hug people typically. Hugs are weird. It's strange. I don't quite. It's weird hugging someone smaller than you. What do you do? Like, because your options are like let your hands hang limply on their back, or you like bear hug their head. Or you pick them up. But most short people don't really like that. Typically, I found they tend to start biting and kicking, and that's not pleasant. But yeah,
Okay.
Narissa's probably. She gives off very comfy vibes. Very. I mean, the fan name Jailbird is great. M65, sure you are, Lopi. You keep huffing that copium. I think you need to take your meds again, man. I like how the goals, bro. The sub goals are like. The sub goals are so dumb now because she's already over halfway there after like 2 streams. The dogs hit 200k before they even went live. Being fluent in Japanese. Didn't she say she can read like 2000 kanji or something, or 200 kanji? That's fucking bro. Japanese is hard. She has all the like bro. She has such a spectrum of anime. Hey Payson, how you going? You just passed on your exams? Good job, man. Proud of you. 2000. Isn't 2000 literally the requirement for being fluent? Isn't that? I think I remember reading that when I was learning Japanese at one point. Is like 2000, or it's like 2000 is like elementary or like high school level. There's like a thing where like 2000 kanji is like a baseline or something. I can't remember. I gave up on Japanese after hitting kanji. I was like, fuck that. I ain't trying to learn fucking Fuin Jutsu to speak Japanese. But yeah, bro, Higurashi to Sailor Moon to Clanad, Love Live, Idolmaster, and Jujutsu. She has such a wide spectrum. There goes my dream life. Yeah.
Fuck you.
She said she's at beginner level Japanese. Callie called bullshit on beginner.
She's probably just being humble. Yeah, heretic. Valid. Elementary. Yeah. Japanese is hard. Kanji are hard. It's like trying to read fucking hieroglyphics. Like, no thank you. I know the name Jack Stauber from somewhere. Where do I know that name from? What do I know that name from somewhere? Don't play copyrighted audio, plays YouTube. I swear I know this man. From somewhere. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up after stream. But yeah. Evanescence. You love to see a good Evanescence. You love to see it. Dislikes underwear. How do you dislike underwear? I did remember seeing a meme about that. Like she's just going commando the whole time. That's kind of wild. That is a weird dislike to have. Mushrooms eating. Okay. I don't like cooked mushrooms. I do like uncooked mushrooms though. Uncooked mushrooms are great. Bro, you ever just eat a mushroom? Just get like one out of the fridge, just pop the stem off, chuck that shit in your mouth. Disliking polyester, ice water, and drive. I hate driving as well. Driving is cringe. I don't like cooked mushrooms. Cooked mushrooms, I don't like the texture, but uncooked mushrooms are great. Wait, so she likes foraging mushrooms but doesn't eat them. Is she poisoning people with them? Ooh, traveling, shiny things. Yes, you do be a bird, for real, for real. Horror rainy days. I don't know. I liked her whole vibe. She's just very comfy, chill, like vibey vibes. You know what I mean? I'm not really explaining it very well, but you probably get what I mean. Her design is also really... Her design gave me very... I mean, I think... I wasn't quite sure whether... Like, her and Shiori both have, like, goth designs, but, like... Hers is very, like, Edgar Allan Poe, Lovecraftian, kinda. You know? Eating the power up mushrooms to go toilet, that's true. Hey, Christian. Yeah, the... Never is, yeah, like Quoth the Raven. When I wish I felt like the model was created for someone else. I don't know. It's sometimes there is a struggle with an agency VTubers. I think sometimes where their model and their characters don't necessarily fit super well. Although for these ones, I think they're okay. I mean, the chill ones kind of got the chill models, and the brat got the brat model, and the twins, I mean, the twins obviously had to have the twins models. I think they've done pretty well. Wondering who I am? I just subbed. I'm an idiot. I'm a VTuber. I talk about other VTubers because I can't make original content. Don't tell your friends. Buttercup has over 246 million views. Okay, it's probably from that. But yeah, I like her design. I like her personality. I love this cover. I fucking stand this cover until the day I die. This is incredible. But yeah, she's my Oshi for real, for real. Yeah, you have to give them time to get used to it and get into it, you know? But then there's the dogs, the dojis, the fuamokos, the fuwa moko moko, you know, these people. These were probably the most hype members before debut. Like, everyone was talking about them. And yes, so because it's kind of a unique concept, because it's basically it's two people who are they're operating different models, but they're streaming on the same account, and they have the same like they have the same social media accounts, they have the same YouTube accounts, they stream from the same YouTube accounts, right? Loppy will be devastated she's being replaced. Bro, Loppy was never my Oshi, get out of here. Yeah, they got rate limited on Twitter as well, which is funny. I guess it's weird, because yeah, if you have two people operating the same Twitter account, they're gonna constantly get fucking rate limited. But yeah, so 2000 years. What was I looking for? The fucking likes and dislikes. Where did this? There's this one. Fucking okay. So, like, Fuwa says she doesn't like dirty jokes, right? And then in her fucking anime pics, she has School Days and fucking Yosuga no Sora. Yeah, they were pretty well known before this iteration of them. Like, bruh, dirty jokes are not cool, but just straight up incest is fine. I don't know. I don't think I've seen Onima. Is this another one I'm not familiar? Is that a more recent one? Am I out of touch? Am I not cool with the kids anymore? Am I out of touch? This is from winter 2023. Okay, that's why I don't know it. Wild. It is wild to put Yosuga no Sora in your favorite anime. Bro, you could not get that shit out of me with a waterboard. You could send me to the gulag, I still wouldn't tell you that shit. Also, yeah, not helping the inevitable dojin that are going to be made, but don't worry about it. But yeah, I think they. I mean, if you know, you know. They've experienced streaming together beforehand. Obviously, they're actually like a duo act. You know, they know each other, so it's not surprising that they bounce off each other really well and have really good chemistry.
Penumbra, fuck you.
Many seem to know them from PL. Archie was almost crying in VC, he was so happy.
Yeah, so their past lives were pretty well known. I'm obviously not going to mention them, but like PL means past life. They were pretty well known, then they graduated and then they popped up. I saw a lot of people talking beforehand being like, the double act is actually not a new thing. There's been these people beforehand that did it, and then they debuted and everyone was like, oh, interesting. I knew of them a little bit. I covered them in the news at some point. But yeah, I think these were pretty hyped up. I think a lot of people are interested in seeing how this works. It's a very unique concept for a Hololive VTuber. Personally, and this might be the cancellation of Penumbra. This might be the loss of all of my fans, of 2 of them. I'm sorry, I'm going to disappoint you. They're a bit too sweet for me. They're a bit... Here's the thing. I've noticed something about VTubing in terms of like Hololive, right? Which is that JP versus EN, right? Is there's a difference between... Canceling, shut up. L-Take, I know, I'm sorry. I'm not saying... I think it's cool what they're doing. I love the design. I'll gas them up as much as after. It's just me personally for like a viewing experience, right? Understandable, but no. Valid. This is my most hated take. I've seen something about like JP versus like English in terms of how they present themselves. JP VTubers from Hololive side, they tend to play a bit more of a character, if that makes sense. Like they tend to... If you've ever watched... the Hololive like anime thing. What is it called again? The what is it called? It's like the hologra. Thank you, Jenga. Yes, hologra. That kind of thing where it's like anime reactions and they act more like kind of anime characters. I've noticed with JP, you look at people like Luna from JP and just honestly most JP members to a certain extent, they play up more of a character, whereas that's not to say that, you know, Ian doesn't play up bits and doesn't play into memes. They definitely do. I mean, Callie has some of the biggest reactions out there. But there's definitely a difference, I feel, between, like, JP and Ian in terms of, like, JP tends to lean more heavily into the characterization, very high reactions, like, playing into a bit. Whereas Ian tends to be more... I don't want to say, like, casual or real, but, like, more... grounded maybe would be the best take, and it feels like for Furumoka, it kind of feels like a JP. They kind of feel like JP talents in the EN branch, if that makes sense. Like they have kind of a similar personality and character to JP talents, but they're in the EN branch because obviously they speak English. That was the best way I could sum it up. And for me personally, that sort of like. That's exactly what they are. Yeah, for me personally, that's not necessarily something I look for when I'm watching a stream. I don't vibe, like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just personally don't vibe super well with that sort of very high energy, like, character based streaming, if that makes sense. Whereas I'm much more of like a Narissa. When I watch a stream, it tends to be someone like Narissa, who is very like chill and laid back and like grounded and just down to talk about whatever. But it depends on what you want. I think all the talents are cool. They're all interesting and unique in their own ways. That was the kind of thing that impressed me about this gen. There was literally...
I agree with you, Pen, and for me personally, they speak too much Japanese.
That is, I guess that's another thing. When you have like mixed language streamers and are bouncing back and forth, it's like... I guess with 2 of them though, it's different though, because one could speak and the other translate if they need to. But yeah, thank you for the tip, Chris. That is another thing. It does mean that there may... I mean, more bridges between EN and JP is good. You love to see it, especially if we get more collabs between EN and JP because of it. But it's just... yeah, for me personally, it's not my kind of viewing experience. But the cool thing about this gen is I think there's literally there's a person in this gen for everyone, no matter what you're thinking. If you're into like chill vibes and like, you know, comfiness, you could probably watch Narissa. If you're into slightly unhinged geeky nerdiness, you can watch Shiori. If you're into shitposty memes, you can watch Vshojo. And if you're into the diabetes-inducing sugar rush, you can watch the twins. So, why do people hate the British? Because we're very, very easily hateable. I hate the British, and I am unfortunately living in Britain. Man. But the Bijou Kobo and Lunar Club would be one hell of a ride. Yeah, you're not wrong. So before stream there was like not before this stream, before they debuted, there was like I need to cut my hair. My hair has gotten to the point where I have to tuck it behind my ear like I'm a fucking anime character. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Before they debuted, every one of them had like a sort of a meme, right? And so Narissa became the soup demon for some reason, because I think her like title is sound demon. Grow it out, join the long hair club. No, I'm okay. It gets annoying, it gets in my eyes. Yeah, so she's like the sound demon, and people were like, no, you're now the soup demon. And so that's her meme. Bijou obviously made her own meme. Her Oshi mark is the fucking moe. You can't really get much more of a shitposty meme than that. Her hair was covering the end of sound. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So people were like, soup. It's a good meme. It's a shame Shiro isn't here. Shiro's been waiting for this moment her entire life. Then, so the Fuwamoko was, I think the rate limiting was the closest we got to a meme. Honestly, there was a lot of Fuwamoko memes. They were very memeable. Yeah, so the odd memes. I do think one of the things that was unfortunate was when you release designs early before you release debuts, you end up with like what do you call it? Expectations. And I noticed this was probably the worst for Shiori, where a lot of people had a lot of expectations about like what she was going to be, and I saw a lot of like annoying hate and insults getting thrown around after the fact because she wasn't what they were expecting, which I think is unfair. I don't think that's fair, and I think it's part of the reason why going for, I do know why they do it, I just think it's one of the reasons why being an agency VTuber was a fucking, would be really fucking hard. Just because, like, you have to debut to an expecting audience rather than to a pre-existing one, and so you're under a lot of scrutiny. It'd fucking hurt. But yeah, it's typical VTuber brain rot. The Iris thing. The Iris thing was interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Having to like play into a character, having to live up to expectations when you're just starting out would be difficult. I don't know how I'd do it. I'd probably end up telling everyone to go fuck themselves and get myself cancelled on debut stream. Set the record for the fastest fucking graduation. Not that any of us are ever getting into Hololive. Look at the fucking specs on the Hololive members now. Hololive has reached a point where they can literally pick the top 1% of 1% of 1% of content creators. Like, you look at their covers, you look at their talents, you look at who they are, like, bruh. Fucking Jesus Christ. Like, can't be graduating before debut though. That's true. I don't know, man. I feel like if you want to get into an agency, you have to be like talented as shit. You have to have all the talents. You have to speak 5 languages, sing 5 different types of song, code, solve cancer. Yes, solve it. It's wild. And as your reward, I guess you do get like, I mean, look at them. They're at 323,000 subscribers already. They've been around for like, what is it? When was their debut? 16 hours ago. And they're at 323k subs. So it's not completely unrewarding, I guess would be the word, but God, it's fucking hard. I was gonna do a Vtism stream tomorrow. I was gonna start Vtism, but there's something I had to do today, but I couldn't because I was making the short, because normally I do my shorts yesterday. So because I moved the short up to today and the stream up to today, I have to do the thing I had to do today tomorrow, which means tomorrow I can't do Vtism, so I'll probably save it. When should I save it for? I would normally do it Thursday, but Baldur's Gate is releasing on Thursday and I want to play that. So, I don't know. But I think the first Vtism episode is going to be like agency versus indie, where we'll have like an in-depth discussion about like my thoughts and chat's thoughts about like what toss-ups are and like what it means to be an indie VTuber, what it means to be an agency VTuber. If you're not familiar, Vtism was the name I wanted to give the podcast that we couldn't give the podcast because Tao's a bitch. So instead I'm taking it and I'm going to just do just chatting streams where we discuss like one thing about VTubing or I guess anime or whatever for a stream. So like for the first one we'll talk about like agencies and versus indies, and then maybe we'll talk about parasocialism or toxic fan bases, or we'll talk about models or whatever. It won't be new streams, so we won't be talking about like recent events, and I won't be jumping around between like, oh, this happened and then this happened and then that happened. It'll be like a focused discussion about this specific thing, because I do find myself on new streams oftentimes delving into discussions that I've had before, talking about like, oh yeah, well they're part of an agency, so that means this, or they have a parasocial fan base, so that means this. And I think it'd be nice to have just a pen and focus. Okay, yeah, you know what I'm like, I will go off on tangents, I understand that, you know what to expect from me at this point, but I'll try to stay focused. And it means we have like one place where we discuss it and we have our opinions play, you know, there, and we can discuss it in depth, rather than feeling the need to like push on to new news sites or whatever, new news things, whatever. So yeah, it'll probably be called Vtism, and it doesn't have to be about VTubing. We can discuss like anime or some shit, whatever, anything tism. But yeah, I think, is there anything else you think we need to discuss about HOLOEN Gen 3? There's the Iris thing, I think, but that's not really I guess it's kind of related to HOLOEN Gen 3, so we can put it in the same category. So the Iris thing, if you're not familiar, I said it again, fucking hell. So Iris kind of spoke out about, there might be a clip I can find actually.
Penumbra, fuck you.
Anyone catch their tribute to HOLOEN Gen 0 in their lore? 07 the OG.
Yo, Tabrius, thank you for the tip, man. I did not catch the tribute to HOLOEN Gen 0. Coco? I didn't catch that. I'll have to rewatch it at some point. But yeah, thank you for the tip, man. What was I going to look at? Oh yeah. Don't make changing Oshiguyooks in chat was basically what she said. Yeah, so here it is. Sashimi uploaded a clip, I think.
Always reminds me of how much I love you. If you ever hear me even joking about finding a new Oshi, please wave as vigorously as you did. No, you can do more than that. Let me just say, yeah.
So, I'm not gonna just react to the whole clip. I'm not a fucking react streamer. Hey guys, welcome back to my new reaction video. Today I'm gonna stare blankly at the clip to my left. That's my right. Fucking idiot. The tweet is there as well.
It's not an airport over here.
But yeah,
so
I mean, you should be subscribed to Sashimi Clips anyway.
You don't have to announce anything, okay? I mean, even as a joke, we're all of us here in Hololive are working very hard. So
basically spoke out and basically said like making jokes about like, oh, this is my new Oshi, this is my new, you know, you're no longer my Oshi, this is my new one, is it's kind of hurtful, and she doesn't approve of them, she doesn't like them, and to try and tone them down when a new gen debuts, because it's, which I kind of got, but also like, I feel like most of the time it is meant as a joke, but it's an individual thing, right? Like, it depends on the person and depends how comfortable they are joking about it. It's important to it's important to set boundaries and be like, hey, I don't want you to say this, or you know, whatever. Why is Rosette the most recent member? I actually don't know. I haven't looked at the things up there in about a month. I don't know if they're even working anymore. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't know. But yeah, maybe it doesn't work for like resubs, for like re-memberships, and it's only new members, so maybe Rose is the most recent new member. I don't know. A lot of streamers dislike other streamers even being mentioned, so escalating to talk about changing Yoshi's is worse for sure. Again, it depends about the person, right? Because like me personally, I don't care. Like my entire stream is about talking about other VTubers. So if you come in here and be like, hey, did you see this thing that Nina did or whatever? Well, that's not going to happen anymore, but you know what I mean, right? I'm not going to be like, wow, how dare you? How dare you bring up another VTuber? Like, no, I'm cool with it. But if you're at the level of Hololive and people are like, I'm dropping you for my new Oshi. Yes, sorry, bad example. It was the first one that popped into my fucking head. Leave me alone, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was thinking, what is a VTuber? And Nina was the first one that popped into my head. I didn't mean it like that, chat. Leave me alone. Or like fucking Punka Lopi shows up in my chat. And we're gonna be like, wow, how dare you, another VTuber show up in here. I don't care. Bro lost all 2 of his fans, I'm sorry. Sorry, Pen, you're no longer my Oshi. Lopi is my... Look, if you have trash enough taste to have Lopi as your Oshi, I don't actually want you here anyway. Feel free. Run away. And join the cult. What does Lopi call her? I know she calls chat Chabit. Does she have a name for her fan base as a whole? What? Bunbies. Oh yeah, I forgot it because it's cringe. I'm just kidding, Lopi. Please don't kill me. Damn, I'm not Lopi. I'm not pink. Do I look pink to you? Is there any shade of pink on my fucking outfit? Look. I look pink? No? Fuck you. I'm taking my eyes away. You don't get eyes anymore. You just get blank eye penumbral. Fuck you. My cheeks are not pink. I can make them pinker. It's more red. Only when you think about Narissa. True. Very true. Anyway. Pen when he sees. Anyway. Honestly, I do not like mixing of me and Lopi's names. Ugh. Cringe. Don't call Lopi my Oshi either. How did we get onto Lopi talk again? Every time. She's not even here and she fucking sidetracks the stream. Let me... Okay. Are we finished with the with Gen 3? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with regards to Gen 3? Don't react. Valid. Is there any... I feel weird without the crescents in my eyes, I'm not gonna lie. I want them back. Thank you. Lopi is good. Okay, Lopi fangirl. Definitely not a Lopi alt. Thank you. Hashtag def... Oh, don't worry guys, it's actually Lopi. It's definitely not a Lopi alt. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the lack of EU in this gen is frustrating. Like, you couldn't find one EU person, like an Italian or a French. I'd take a French. Or, fuck, a German. Like, bro, anyone. Why are all of them, like, in any time zone? Like, they didn't all say... What accent did they all have? Because I know Narissa was American. I think Shiori was... I'm not very good at accents. I'm gonna be honest. Was Shiori also American? Yeah, Narissa was Midwest. I could identify Narissa's at least. I'm not that bad. I know they all stream in the middle of the night for you. I'm just wondering if they're all American or if they're like... Why is my model dead? Hello? I'm dead, chat. I'm died. Your Oshi is dead. Penumbral... Oh, I'm back. I died. I'm sorry. It was only... 2 Canadians? Okay, so there's 2 Canadian... Nurse is American. Shiori is American. Twins are Canadian. Bijou, I don't care. I don't know. Sorry. He's back. Why? Shut up. Give me a little Mars. Why you always bully me? Why you bully me? But yeah, we couldn't, like... get any Europeans. You have the entire continent of Europe to pick from, and you don't You have none in a Gen of 5. We have one fucking EU member in the entirety of Niji fucking HOLOEN. Why? Please. Please, I'm begging you. Like, okay, we have, in Myth, we have Callie, American. GOOOOO, American. Ina? Is Ina American as well, or is Ina Canadian? Kiara's Austrian, Canadian. Yeah, Ina's Canadian. And then Ami is quote unquote, she's a fake British. Not really British. And Ami, I think Ami is actually Ami actually American, right? I think she's just fake British. And then so we have one EU member. Then in Council, we have Crony, who's Canadian, I think. I don't think they're all American. I think some of them are Canadian. I think Ina is Canadian. When she born in England, grew up in the US, which means she's US time zone, which doesn't count. Crony's Canadian. Sana was Australian. Bay was Australian. Bay is Australian. Fauna's American, and hello? Brain? Nature, chaos, time, space. Mumi. Fucking hell, I forgot Mumi. Yeah, Mumi is also yeah, sorry, my bad. I forgot Moomers. But yeah, Mumi is also in the NA. Bro, we have one EU time zone English member from Hololive, and they have an entire new gen of 5 people, and not one of them is EU. Please. EU bros are suffering. I don't know if it's maybe... Do you think there's a reason for it? Do you reckon there's like a... I don't know whether it's like a flight reason, like a distance reason, an opportunity reason. I don't know. Is there like... Do you think there's a reason that they keep the going for like NA and Australia, weirdly enough? Numbers reason, maybe? Yeah, but think about it. If you had one or like a few members in the EU time zone, you'd because the problem is with this many EN members now, there's going to be a lot more overlap, which means if you're concerned about numbers, which I doubt Hololive is, because come on, like they're fucking huge, they're everywhere, everybody watches Hololive. But if you were, and you were concerned about numbers, having a few members in the EU time slots would let them have that time slot, right? I don't know. EU is less likely to speak Japanese? Maybe? I'm not sure. No, there's a few... I mean, there's a ton of EU Niji members, right? Like, look at Luxium. Luxium had Mr. and Vox, and... Mr. and Vox were British, and Luca was Australian. It was fairly mixed. So... I don't think it's a lack of talent. I think it's just weird. I don't know. 2 Brits, a Swede, and Aussie, and American. Yeah, it was very, very... Yeah, Fulgur's Irish. Is Fulgur part Irish or full Irish? Isn't Fulgur Irish, but he moved? That's why he doesn't have like a really strong accent, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I don't know. I just want more. I want more EU bros. I want a fucking... there is not an agency Scottish VTuber, and I want one, if only to laugh at someone else being bullied for being Scottish. Do not make me sign up to Holo Tempest and do it myself all live. I will... Do not test me. I'll do it. We had a Scottish VTuber once, I know. Then we lost her immediately. I'm sad. I know, it's just the Scottish... I mean, to be fair, maybe there's just something about Scottish people. We're not hireable. Yeah, even the British VTubers are all English. Like, we don't even have like an Irish one or a Welsh one. I'd take a Welsh one. I never thought I'd take a Welsh anything, but I'll take a Welsh VTuber if I have to. Vivi, Who? RT Game, that is true. He is my Yoshi. Oh, Booby, my favorite. Booby streams like once a year. And Booby's in Japan. He's JP time zone as well. Prolific VTuber Booby streams every night. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Petition for more. I mean, and we just got Ian Gen 3, which means it's going to be another 2 fucking years before we get Ian Gen 4. And chances are they won't have any fucking EU bros were suffering. EU is still very distant to Japan, especially concerning working for Japanese companies. Might also be legal concerns, labor laws. I do hear a lot more about like Americans going over to Japan than I do necessarily hear about like Europeans, but it's not that uncommon, I don't think. Oh yeah, if EU bros can just watch Kayla, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Are any of the Tempest boys EU? I just thought. I don't think so. Are there any Tempest fans in chat? Any of the Tempest boys EU? Bell? Magni and Vesper. Oh god, are they still Magni and Vesper are still MIA, bro. I don't know where they've went. Yeah, we have been sidetracked for a while. Sorry, we were just talking about general Hololive stuff. They're still gone, I know. I'd like so I'm going insane, please. I know, right? Like, where are they? Are they coming back? Are they both, bro? If both of them graduate simultaneously, that'd be wild. That'd be fucking nuts. I should be becoming a sapling. Let's go. We're getting saplings for Tempest. We're winning. We're winning. But yeah, we can move on. I think that's the last Hololive. Oh, hang on. Last thing for Hololive is one last Hololive thing. What did they say to Gen 3? Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, I never thought I'd say this. I should look at 4chan. Not off stream, not on stream, but oh my god, the number of jokes that'll be getting made. They put Vesper in suspension to save Gen 3. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's terrible. Oh, it's terrible. Can't fuck Hiroshi's now. Forehead. Oh god. Let's look at let's look at Kiara's new outfit, man. Look at it. Oh wow, wings. Cool. Kiara's new outfit is actually fucking dope. It's actually fucking cool as shit. She's wearing like armor. It's cool as fuck. Look at this shit. They're like dripped out. I do like the the dedication to outside armor, but not inside where your fucking arterial thigh is. Arterial thigh? What is it called? What is it? The artery runs down your inside of your thigh. What's it called again? The femoral artery. Bro, it's like your most important fucking artery. Hello? It's like here. It's like, bro, protect that shit. If that gets nicked, you're fucked. Female art. I mean, it's weird because it's like mostly good. I mean, I think this is cloth, but I think it looks cloth. Yeah, because there's a belt. Female armor. The thighs are Kiara's primary weapon. Okay, fair. She does need access to her weapon at all times. She's a phoenix, the armor is redundant. I guess the armor is literally just to look cool. She physically cannot die. The wings are cool as shit as well. Or, I mean, the wing accessories, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, cool looking. Enjoyed it. Probably one of my probably one of my favorite like recent Hololive outfits actually. Just because it's unique. Okay, another controversial take. I'm tired of getting the same fucking outfit for every VTuber on loop. Like, oh wow, a student outfit? What next? A summer one? You're going to be a librarian next? Oh no, let me guess. It'll be a dark outfit. Like, they're all the same fucking outfit. This is really cool. It's creative. Enjoy it. More hot penumbral takes. I'm sorry. Oh, another kimono one. That's like your third kimono. Thank you. Oh my god. Some of the fan submitted designs are cool as well. The fan submitted ones are always cool though, to be fair. This is why we bully you. Look, I'm not saying the outfits are bad. I like them when they come out. I think they're cool. I just wish there was a bit more, like, diversity. Although I guess with Hololive it's hard to be diverse when you have a million fucking talents, so that's valid. Whatever. Kimono is a company policy for Holo. Summer outfit. Okay, let me... I'll get some sunscreen. I'll put it on my model. Don't worry. Anyway, I think that's the last Holo news. Do we want to move on to non-Holo news? What do we have in non-Holo news? We have Niji news. We have Niji news. School outfit win. I'm out of school. I do not have to go back to high school. Thank fuck. Whenever kilt win. Well, maybe when I get a big boy model eventually at some point, I will then... Bro, we have to get a big boy model first, and then I'll look into getting outfits and shit, man. Come on. We have a Whacked update. Yeah, I saw you post it. Unless there's a new one, I saw you post it in the Vtuber news channel. I mean, I need to drink water. Do I sound dry-mouthed, or do I sound thirsty? Both of those mean different things. Stitch together a tiny kilt for you. Both. Okay, thank you. Let me move on to... We'll do Niji news. Haggis model. The lesser spotted haggis. 102.27. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So, we have a few things in Niji news. First thing is... we'll talk about the Wactor thing anyway. Later. The first thing is Mista's song. So Mista posted his first and last original song, which feels bad to say, but I actually bookmarked it on Twitter, which, no, I'm not calling it X. Go fuck yourself. It is not called X. It is never getting called X. I don't care if they change the logo and the name. I'm calling it Twitter. Fuck you. But yeah, so X gonna get you. X gonna give it to you. So I think he said, I think it was a joke, or someone said it to him on stream as a joke, like, if we get it to 1 million views before your graduation, will you save your VODs, right? And then within a day, it got to, I mean, it still says Twitter in the actual fucking web page, like the link. Within a day, it got 1.1 million views, right? Wild. Absolutely insane. And then obviously I can't show you it because YouTube, and if YouTube be mad at me specifically. Said he planned another cover he wanted to do, but company said nah, which kind of sucks. Yeah, well, Niji be Niji. So obviously the comments are all very supportive, and you should go listen to it. It's a good song. I think it's kind of cool. He kind of went hard on it. I think Mrs. one of the members that wasn't super confident like singing from Luxium. Like, he wasn't super, like, I mean, he's done karaoke and stuff, but I think he's always done it, he's always acted semi-sarcastic when he's doing it a little bit, so I don't think he's been super confident in his singing, so it's cool to see him, you know, actually go hard on a song. The only thing I'd say about the song is that the mixing is a bit weird at some points. Like, so I can maybe play you like a tiny bit. So, like, it's a good song. The actual music part of it, the BGM or whatever you want to call it, is very loud and it's very like in your face. And I think a lot of it, like, Mrs. vocals are kind of hard to pick out. So I think there's maybe like a mixing. You're getting filtered out, your messages aren't appearing. No, I see them. I think it's just the API or whatever dealing with chat. Yeah, it sounds good. I think it could have maybe done a bit of mixing. I saw your short of you wondering when Mess was trending. You were saying, yeah, the weird version of Jingle Bells. Yeah, that short was fun. That was a while ago. I don't really post shorts of my own streams. That was like I've only posted like 4 or 5. I should probably do that more often. I just never remember when good moments are, so I never clip them and then I forget. But yeah, I think the mixing was just a bit oof. It sounds good. It's just Mrs. vocals slip under the Niji honestly has a history of having weird mixing in some of their songs, unfortunately. Like the vocals might be good, but it's hard to hear him for a lot of it, but whatever. It's good. I think it's cool that at least now we have one song before he, graduates. Let me... So yeah, that was Mr. So VOD's maybe not getting privated now, which is cool. So we'll get to go back to the VODs and see all the funny aha moments we've had with our favourite British dog boy. What other Niji news? Oh yeah, this is something I only saw briefly and I'm not super informed on it, but Blue Sugar. Blue Sugar is really good though. I love Blue Sugar. Blue Sugar High is a fucking goated song. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm spamming my keys. Oh yeah, so I made a short about VTA. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with VTA, but VTA is basically a that's not VTA. That's a truck. VTA, public transportation. That is not the VTA I was talking about. Thank you, Twitter. Hang on. Trucks. I think this is it. Yeah. So this is VTA. It's a lot of Japanese. I know. I understand. It's hard to decipher a little bit. We're gonna have to deal with Google transcript. All right. It's not gonna be great, but it's all we got to work with. All right, man. Like, just bear with me. Fuck. So, come on. Translate. Do it. Help. Please. Translate tweet. Okay. Notice of suspension of distribution in tweets by Academy students. Thank you very much for your continued support. Due to various circumstances, we will suspend distribution in tweets by Academy students for a while. We'll let you know via Twitter when we reopen. So we appreciate your understanding. So this is weird, right? So essentially, if you don't know, VTA is sort of like a school training arc kind of thing for VTubers trying to get into nijisanji. So you sign up and you get a PNG basically. You don't get a model. You get I mean, you can go to, they all stream on the same channel. So there's one channel called the VTA channel, right? And here, there's like, I mean, if you go, you see as many streams. I mean, they haven't streamed in 2 weeks, which again, strange. But you see, like 2 weeks ago, like within 2 weeks ago, there was like 15 streams or something, because there's about 20. There's, I don't know how many, 20, 30, 40 odd fucking people streaming on the same site. So they'll have like PNGs, and basically the idea is that they go there, they learn how to be a VTuber, and then maybe they get upgraded to an actual Niji member. So they haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. It's normally on a Wednesday every week, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. And then the fucking all of their students' tweets are now not being allowed out. Basically, it's a test ground for, yeah, basically it's like a trial run almost. There's a lot of them as well, which is weird. I don't know why. Who knows? Maybe it's a Twitter thing. Maybe they don't want to interact with Twitter, which is base. But it's how often do they get promoted to full time? So obviously, there's so many people in VTA that it's probably not a super common thing. But every recent JP Niji Gen has had probably at least 1 or 2 VTA students. I think off the top of my head. I don't keep track of Niji JP that much, but typically Niji JP. Someone's spamming hearts. Thank you for this heart spam. I see them pop up on my chat. Yeah, typically like new GP branches have me. Thank you, Brie. Appreciate the hearts. Not the blushies. Yeah, the last one was all VTA students, but it's not always. They still do sometimes get new non-VTA ones, but it's pretty common. A good portion of new JP talents are VTA. So it's not like a Hail Mary, like you're never getting in. It's not like a American internship deal. It's a legit thing where if you get in, you can probably get, if you're popular enough and you're successful enough, you can get into the full program. It's just weird. I don't know why they've stopped all tweets from every like, it's not a suspension thing for an individual. It's every single student. So it's like, I guess somebody doesn't like Twitter, or there's an issue. Maybe there's just, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. I just thought I'd bring it up in case you were interested. Again, I don't really keep track of JP News. I see people bring it up in my shorts. Sometimes they're like, oh, so nothing happened to Japan. It's like, no, obviously shit happened to Japan. But I'm fully expecting that there's like JP people that are doing what I'm doing for Japan, covering shit. So I don't feel the need to like cover it when I'm having to go through Google Translate to understand what the fuck's going on. It feels like that's a good way to get shit wrong. So yeah, like I assume that JP News is covered by JP. So I don't feel the need to like try and brute force my way into a Japanese fluency thing, whatever. My brain is failing me. Moving on. So that was that for Niji News. There was one other thing. Oh, this was interesting actually. So Any Color, the CEO of Nijisanji, basically had their shareholder meeting, right? So if you're not familiar with business, shareholders are the big suit-wearing people that hold stake in the company, according to my copious amounts of knowledge, right? And basically Any Color has like an annual shareholder meeting, right? And a lot of that went public, where the CEO was asked like questions about, you know, the company and what's going on and what they're doing, and a lot about graduations. And I'm trying to see if I can find it. So the best source was honestly the VTuber News Drop put out like an image. I can't fucking find it though. The Twitter, they put out an image of a quote from the CEO, which I want to talk about, but I can't find it, and I should have bookmarked it, and I didn't because I'm bad. Is it in the news channel? Does anyone have it in the news channel? Would anyone be so kind as to maybe link it in the news channel, because I can't find it and I'm feeling very bad about myself and my professionalism and my ability to find things on the internet. So oh yeah, Kyo talked about it, didn't he? I saw that as well. Let me see if Kyo linked the tweet, because I saw Kyo's video a while when he posted it. He might have linked the actual thingy. Let me see. Did he link it? Yes, he did. Thank you, Kyo. I appreciate you linking sources in your videos. It helps me. I couldn't find the tweet. See, this is one from VTuber News Shop that I saw. Basically, beat yourself up. Hey, like if I don't beat myself up, someone else is going to get to me first, and no one beats me up except me. All right, you're trying your best, I'm sure. Mars being far too kind. I don't know. Mars sounds like he's being vaguely condescending. But yeah, so you got asked a question. A small number of livers have graduated in 1 year. For the company, is that number planned? If it's unplanned, then are there any concrete preventative measures? Assuming that we exclude the cases of violations with company compliance and controversy, graduation is the will of the livers who say they wish to pursue a life or career outside of VTubing. It's kind of bullshit, because a lot of the people that graduate end up becoming VTubers on their own, so they obviously don't want a life outside of VTubing, they want a life outside of nijisanji. What makes it sad is that even though we were able to manifest their abilities as a VTuber, they decide to quit. In spite of that, we faithfully communicate with them and respect their decisions and see them off. So this is a very corporate answer, like a very, trust me bro, I'm a big businessman answer. The thing, okay, first of all, there's a translation thing. I think this is just a translation, I don't think it's what it actually says. The whole, even though we were able to manifest our abilities as a VTuber, sounds very like, we did this for them and then they left. Which I don't think is what he's saying, I think it's just a translation thing, I'm not sure, but yeah, he literally didn't answer the question. And it's like, okay, so there's another tweet that Q linked as well from a translator who like linked
with Hololive.
Thank you, Q. I'm sorry, I'm not having you as a guest yet. He linked this one as well. So this is like a full translation log, which I'm not going to go through because fuck corporate meetings, man. I don't attend corporate meetings. I don't attend them vicariously through Twitter. But he says like, Reason for the cancellation is publicly announced as a delay in the production schedule due to the impact of COVID. The resumption of the project is a company secret. Ian's commercial is growing rapidly, so focusing on Ian events is very important. There's like, I scanned through this. There's like no answers to anything. Like, will you launch your own platform? They want to continue creating content on platforms that attract lots of fans due to a high amount of viewers. So no, but they don't say no. They just say this, but no. Health management of livers and employees. One of the most important things in the company. When livers and employees exchange, they make sure there's no discomfort. Can receive counselling by a physician. I don't think physicians do counselling. I think, again, that might just be a translation. Physicians typically, you go see a counsellor or a therapist or a psychologist. You don't see a physician, but that might just be maybe a translation thing as well. Regarding, oh yeah, the VTA. A classroom lesson on singing, dancing, acting, compliance, and strategy are important for long-term activities. He cannot disclose more than publicly announced, but they'll continue with a focus on debut in Nijisanji. They do it, it's a languishing? Okay. So yeah, nothing. He doesn't... Niji and transparency are like the two least affiliated words in the world, man. Why is my mouth watering? Probably because I'm drinking iron brew. Any Niji links happened recently? All I can remember was one mentioning the year's graduation, Luxie member graduating. That was, nah, I think that's all it mentioned. I don't think there's been anything Niji leaky wise. I had to go for a bit. We're looking at the CEO of Any Color or Nijisanji, and his kind of very corporate answers. I don't know, like compare Yago to this guy. Yago is basically a fucking god to the VTubing community. Like, when you look at Yago, people look at Yago like he's Jesus reborn. Could just want to hear something Salon related. I've seen that pass around. I'm pretty sure it's just a fucking rumor. I don't remember seeing that in the initial tweet, in the initial leak, sorry. The initial leak was just, it talked about the first graduation of Nina and then one more member graduating. I don't think it mentioned Salon. I think the Salon thing is a fucking rat. I don't think it's actually a thing, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I think it's just a rumor, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be. Regarding Nijisanji Ian's growth area, many viewers from Chinese and English-speaking countries is considered as a language zone rather than a single country. I don't know about targeting the Chinese audience. It's not typically ended well for VTubers. Yeah, so I don't know, just typical bullshit answers. It's a rat. I thought it was a rat because I heard it and I was like, that wasn't in the initial leak. Yeah, the whole live scene venture should show you that venturing heavily into that territory is pretty bad. But yeah, I don't know. This guy... I think he was asked as well about whether he'd show up more often, and he'd say, nah, he'd more focused on the background, but he will if time allows. I don't know, he just... I think public image is very important, and he doesn't have much. He never really appears. He's not in memes. He's not, you know... He doesn't... I've never really seen him talk about, like, EN or collab with EN or show up. Like, you know, I don't know. I know that's technically not the CEO's job, and it might be a very Zoomer expectation that the CEO of a company shows up on stream, but I think it would go a long way to being more transparent, you know? Yeah, you didn't even know who the CEO was? I'm not entirely surprised. He's not exactly well known like Yago is, which is unfortunate. Again, Niji does feel more like a company, like a corporate company, than a lot of other places, unfortunately, but I think that's all we had to talk about for Niji news. So the last thing, or not the last thing, the last stuff we have... Okay, let me just mention a few things briefly. Quickly, and then we'll move on to the final kind of two topics that I want to talk about. So the first thing was the Rin and Riro cover, which I would highly recommend checking out. So Rin and Riro did a cover of Not a Devil, which I would highly recommend you check out and go and watch and enjoy. It's pretty fucking cool. And RT Game commented on it, which I laughed at when I saw, clicked in here and I saw it, and I was like, oh, I know that man. It do be that boy, RT Game, my favorite Irish person. But yes, would recommend. The other thing was... Hannah. So Hannah is having another debut on the 4th of the 8th. So 4 days from now. Well, 4 days. I know he plays Splatoon with Vin. I saw the collab and I was like, wait, hang on. What? What? I saw the thumbnail and the title and I was like, is this like an AI? I thought it was like an AI video at first where someone had made Ren and RT play together, but no, it was them. Yeah, so Hannah's having another debut. I think she mentioned it on stream before, actually. She mentioned it to me. So that's something to be hyped up a bit as well. I'd highly recommend attending. I will try, assuming it's in an EU-friendly time. I might be asleep. I don't know. So those are two like things I just wanted to mention. Some cool things. The last two news, boys. The last two newsy thingies, right? We have the Bao situation and we have the Streamy Awards. Do we want to talk about Bao first and end on a high note, or do we want to talk about the Streamy Awards first and then go into Bao? What are we thinking? Because the Bao thing's frustrating. The Streamy? Want to do Streamy first and then do Bao? Bao first? Awards? Oh god, you guys cannot. Oh god, you guys are literally alternating. Bao first? Okay, Bao. People are saying Bao first. Okay. We'll talk about Bao. So, where's my timestamp? Timestamp? 122. So, Bao, if you're not, I assume you know Bao. You definitely know Bao. But just, so Bao is, I saw this, Bao's manager has put her in baby jail and taken access from Twitter from her, which might actually be the best move anyone's ever done. Just for everyone. Everyone should just have their Twitter taken away from them. But yeah, so what happened was, actually, do you know what I should do? There's actually a really good, there's a really good Reddit thread about this, and I never thought I'd say a good thing is a good Reddit thread, but this is actually a really good summary of the situation. I read through this to understand it first, because it's from a person, I think it's from a Vietnamese person who, you know, kind of knows more what's going on. Again, talking about news across language barriers is really hard because you always have the worry of, like, I don't know if I'm reading into this correctly. I don't know if I'm reading the vibe correctly. I don't know if I'm, you know, interpreting it right because there's a language barrier and I'm scared of misrepresenting an entire culture or community because I'm mistranslating something, right? But I'm not going to read through this on stream because I'd recommend you go check it out. But basically, he summarizes it. And what happened was Bao, he also gives a bunch of like background of like insults and what they mean literally, which is good because I don't like, it's hard to understand. Like calling them thirsty people doesn't make sense, but in the context of Vietnam, it does. So she made a tweet saying Happy Chinese New Year, which to a lot of the Western audience, I said this, I discovered this on Twitch. So I was on Twitch, what was I streaming? Was I streaming board games or was I streaming Minecraft, wasn't I? I was streaming modded Minecraft. Anyway, someone brought it up in chat and was like, did you hear about the Bao thing? And I was like, no, and I looked it up. And I literally said was it board games? I literally said it on stream. I was like, isn't Chinese New Year and Lunar New Year, aren't they the same thing? Because I thought they were. Told you in VC, yeah. It was in VC, not chat, true. But yeah, so I honestly, as an ignorant Western person, I'm sorry, I've called it Chinese New Year before. I've also called it Lunar New Year. They're kind of interchangeable to me, but I don't know. But Bao has Vietnamese heritage. I think her mother is Vietnamese, I think, if I remember correctly. But she grew up in America. So she's had a few things in touch, like singing Vietnamese, I think, and saying Vietnamese words, and like, it's been a big thing where she has like a Vietnamese audience that likes her because she's technically Vietnamese. Well, I don't want to say technically, that sounds rude, but she grew up in American. She grew up in American culture, right? She grew up in Western culture, but she does have Vietnamese roots, right? And so she has a Vietnamese portion of her audience that really enjoys, I guess, seeing someone in the VTubing scene that is English speaking, but is also kind of has Vietnamese heritage. And she made a tweet saying Happy Chinese New Year, which apparently to Vietnamese people is very, very offensive because politics and like I don't know. I think from what I understand, like, again, reading this is probably better because there's a lot more backstory, but yeah, history in quotation marks, because Vietnamese, it's called Lunar New Year and it's important to them, and calling it Chinese New Year makes it seem like only the Chinese celebrate it, so it kind of erases the other countries that celebrate it, which I don't know, it's whatever. And so because of this, and this is something I've noticed a lot on the internet, the moment someone like says anything that's maybe tiny bit offensive to a culture, people from that culture immediately like tear their throat out. And like, I don't know, I've said this before, if you grow up ignorant to something, I don't think you're to blame for not knowing about a culture if you've literally not interacted with it in your life, right? Like, I don't know a lot about, you know, Eastern culture because I didn't grow up around it and I don't interact with it that much. So if I made an ignorant statement about that culture, I'd expect people to be like, hey, Pen, by the way, just FYI, you said this, it's not really like that, it's this, or that's not the best way to speak about it, you should do this. I've actually had that happen before when I've spoken about like Chinese issues in the VTubing community. When I've spoken about it, I've had Chinese people reach out to me and kind of explain their side and like what it's like, because from a kind of ignorant British person perspective, I don't know that much about those cultures, so I am prone to saying ignorant shit because I don't actually know when I'm stepping on a landmine. But this whole thing where if someone says something ignorant about a culture, rather than trying to educate them and being like, hey, just FYI, here you go, there's this whole thing of like just jumping down their throat and like tearing them apart and like just harassing them for it. Yeah, and then there was a whole betrayal thing where because she's got Vietnamese roots, I don't know, she should know better. Like, that shit, it's not Assassin's Creed, it's not built into your fucking DNA, right? Just because you have heritage from a country doesn't mean that you automatically gain knowledge about it when you grow up. That's not how it works. If you grow up in another culture, you are for all intents and purposes from that culture, right? I don't care if you're Japanese but you grow up in Scotland, you will grow up knowing Scottish culture and probably having a Scottish accent and only really being familiar with British. Well, British doesn't have culture, but you know what I mean, right? So it wouldn't be wild if you didn't know about Japanese culture, because unless someone like your parents taught you it, it doesn't just fucking appear in your brain. You don't just learn that shit spontaneously from your genetics, right? But apparently you do. Apparently you're meant to know just off the bat. So this happened and she got a lot of shit. Well, she got some that were just like, why did you call it that? But then there's a lot of people being like, I hope you guys block me, saying that they're like standing Chinese people and that they're obviously simping for China. Baocon, it's not really a slur, but whatever. Yeah, and there was a lot of them dragged Shoto into it. I don't know why, because fuck Shoto, I get 2 as well, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot of angry comments, and then I mean I bookmarked the Bao tweets themselves, and we'll go over those. Hate for hate, like, I don't know. I've said this before. I said this on Twitch, though. I don't know if I want to say it here because it might get me in trouble, but people get so fucking attached to their culture, and I think it's dumb as shit. Like, your culture isn't any more important than any other culture. I'm just going to say, I don't care what country you come from, what nationality you are. Your culture isn't somehow more aggrandized or important or significant than any other country's culture. And getting so fucking precious about it when people don't know, like, the nuances of it is fucking bullshit. You're dumb. You're a fucking idiot. I see that a lot with countries where they get, or with very nationalistic people, where like the moment someone says anything minorly wrong about their culture, they act like someone's fucking stabbed their puppy. And it's just, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, it's important. Yes, it's important to you. Yes, it's a cool cultural artifact, but every country has it. And yours isn't any more important. In the same way that you don't know about every other culture doesn't know about yours. Like, so if you encounter someone that doesn't know something about your culture, you can take the opportunity to be like, hey, by the way, just FYI, this. Instead of being a cunt and being like, hey, fuck you, you insulted my people. Like, I don't know who your people are. I don't know you. I don't know where your country is on a map. I'm terrible at geography. I don't know where most countries are on a map. I don't know where you come from. I'm sorry, I'm ignorant. But if you explain it to me, I'm more likely to like embrace it and want to learn more than if you jump down my throat and call me an ignorant fuck for not knowing shit off the bat, you know? Scotland is very nationalistic too, and I fucking hate it. I hate nationalists. I hate people that are that proud about their country. Look, I don't get it. Every country I've lived in, my only opinion has been like, man, this place is okay, but dog, this shit sucks. Like, but Scottish people can get very nationalistic too, and I fucking hate it when they do it. They act like our culture is somehow really fucking important as well. I also get a lot of Americans who have like distant Scottish roots who like act like their Scottish culture is somehow better than their American culture, and it's like, what? Like, not blaming blind nationalism. The same China has a history of whitewashing a lot of things. It's mostly an artifact of immigration. It doesn't excuse it though. I don't care what your reasoning is for like being offended or not liking something. You can not like it, but you don't attack the person who's ignorant of it. It doesn't matter what it is, right? It's the same way, right? Here's an example, right? You know the fucking Hololive clip of Miko saying the N-word, right? From a cultural perspective, especially in America, that is a big fucking no-no. That is not something you say. That is something that most people would get cancelled for. However, everyone acknowledges that she didn't know what the fuck she said, and nobody jumped down her throat and was like, cancel her. You're obviously, like, nobody got angry about it because it came from ignorance and not knowing rather than malicious intent, right? And so, the thing that lodged Hololive. So even if, like, there's history behind your anger that somewhat justifies it, it doesn't justify you jumping down the throat and attacking a person who didn't actually know any better, right? And it frustrates me when people are so blindly nationalistic, and you see it a lot in... Ignorance isn't malice, it's true, and it's better to educate people than it is to chase them away so that you can feel good about yourself for 5 seconds by shouting at them. Which is something I don't get that people do. Anytime anything comes up and people have the opportunity to either educate someone and maybe get them to see it from a better light, or to shout at them and push them over the other side of the fence so they probably hate you, everyone always chooses the latter, and I don't get it. I don't understand. But you see this a lot, especially in, like, everywhere in the internet is a bubble. The internet is just a series of bubbles. Reddit is a bubble, subreddits are a bubble, English-speaking internet is a bubble, Vtuber Twitter is a bubble. Everywhere is a different bubble of an echo chamber, right? And you see this a lot in non-English-speaking countries, right? Where they are in their own bubble because they don't speak English, and so they don't speak with the English side of the internet much. And anytime something happens, like a big event that launches anger and hatred and whatever, it breaches that bubble, and you get this weird interaction where they don't seem to, like... They say and do shit that to the rest of us is like, why would you do that? That makes no sense. But then to them, like, it's the biggest thing ever because they've come from that bubble and they're coming over here into this bubble and they don't get it. We're talking about the Bao harassment. And we saw it with the China thing as well with Hololive. And the problem is it gives a really bad reputation. There's a reason in the shot I say some Vietnamese members of the community, because I think shit like this has a very strong tendency to paint the entire, like, culture or the entire community as one way. But the only reason is it's the same thing with the Chinese interaction with Hololive. A lot of people after that were kind of soured on the concept of, you know, Chinese viewership and whatnot. But the only reason it happened is because, again, we're in bubbles, and the only time you interact with people that don't speak primarily English like that is generally when something happens that angers a lot of people and breaches containment, and we all get angry and shout at each other. In which case, yeah, you're probably not going to have a very good opinion of them because the people you're talking to are the angriest, most offensive people in that community. Most of them are probably fine. Most of them, like, you know, most people in the Vietnamese VTuber community are probably very nice, calm people, right? Like, it's not all of them. I wouldn't even say it's a significant portion of them. But because the only reason we're interacting is because of an angry topic, we're only interacting with the angry ones, and then it paints the entire community in a bad light, which is probably one of the most harmful things about situations like this, is because it can leave lasting impressions on people about an entire culture based on the fucking dipshit actions of, like, a vocal minority. And it's a pain in the ass. And I've fallen victim to it as well. Like with the Chinese thing, I remember that I was like, man, Chinese VTuber fans are so angry. And then I got kind of educated by some people in my community who were like, no, it's actually a very small, well, not very small, but it was a small portion of very vocal people. So I think the important thing to keep in mind with things like this is, one, you know, to send love to Bao. She's in Twitter jail right now. Her manager has taken her Twitter from her. But also to not let it like twist your perspective of an entire group of people over the dumb actions of a few, which is something I'm scared of happening sometimes. Where did my bookmarks go? Yeah, her manager jailed her. I mean, this is a joke, obviously. Her manager probably doesn't have the actual authority to take her Twitter account. Bao definitely consented to it. I think it was a joke, but yeah. 50 million. Yeah, I mean, small comparatively to the rest. I mean, any culture apart from China is small compared to the rest, and India compared to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world is like 8 billion and you are 50 million, right? Yeah, so Bao tweeted out stuff like this. And she did acknowledge it. She's like, to my sweet Vietnamese fans, thank you for educating me and being understanding. People outside of Vietnam have very limited knowledge and social issues. I appreciate everyone trying to clear up misunderstandings, and is deeply sorry for hurting you. Not ashamed of my heritage, be proud to speak second language. Do not regret being open about where I'm from. I thought that even if I explain the same, people will not forgive me. It's why I remained silent for so long, but the hate is too much. I just wanted to sing a cover in Vietnamese, and I meant no harm. I don't know how I can fix this, but thank you for everyone who still believes that I'm not a bad person or someone who hates my heritage. And then this. Anti-fans can also hack and find out home addresses of those who dare to stand up to defend Bao. There's an owner of Bao fan page in Vietnam who's to lock the page because of fear of their attack. That is another thing whenever shit like this happens. Whenever cultural shit happens, like across, like, I thought that was Pokemon. I was like, oh shit. Whenever shit like this happens across cultural barriers, I feel like immediately people just jump to like the worst doxing threat, death threat bullshit. I don't get it. It's wild. Same shit happened with the Coco thing a while back. The other one was this one where she kind of explains herself. Never met another Vietnamese. This is kind of what I was saying earlier, right? Like, if you don't grow up around the culture, how are you going to learn? Grew up only knowing what my parents taught me. I still can't barely read. And she's being called a traitor for stepping on a line I could have never seen coming. Boys who've been harassing me for months for something I didn't know and isn't common knowledge in America. And yeah. And she says, who was going to tell me VTubing was going to turn me into a socio-political figurehead? It do be like that. Nobody gives you training for shit. Like, no one gives you training for being a public figure. You're just going to happen and you have to deal with it. It's unfortunate. It's good that her manager's taking over Twitter for a bit. Yeah, I mean, it's not like, it's obviously not an actual takeover. Like, Bao definitely just was like, I'm stepping away. You can have the keys. But yeah, it's probably for the best to sometimes just take a break and step away from the internet and be like, look, it doesn't actually matter. Because, yeah, like, if you're as big as Bao and you're getting comment after comment, it must feel like it's swarming you. So I feel like sometimes just taking a step away from the little magic box and being like, look, I'm going to go and just play Minecraft. I know that's not like what most people think. They're like, oh, step away from technology, go into nature. Mine is, I'm going to throw my phone on the bed and just, I'm going to watch a Hololive stream, and I'll play some Minecraft. I'm a chill. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so I'm glad she's stepping away and taking a break for her mental, because I know Bao has had some mental, you know, I was going to say mental issues, that's so rude. She's had some struggles with mental health and stuff in the past, so I hope this isn't getting to her too much. I hope she's doing well. And she comes back whenever she feels she should. And I also hope that this doesn't lead to lasting impressions about people about Vietnamese VTuber fans. So yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation caused by a bunch of cunts. Fucking hate people sometimes. I hate nationalistic people the most. I don't care who you're Scottish nationalistic, I fucking hate you. British, hate you. American, hate you. Any other culture, hate you as well. If you are one of those dumb fucks, it's like, my country is the best and every other country sucks and this is why. Go fuck yourself. I hate you. You're the worst. I hate it so much. It is such a source of needless bullshit on the internet. Of people being so fucking passionate about their country. Chances are your country is dog shit, because every country is dog shit. My country's dog shit, your country's probably dog shit. Unless you live in like Sweden, your country's probably dog shit. Right? Every country is shit in some way or another. If you're unnecessarily proud of it, you're probably blind to whatever bullshit is going on. Like, my country just refused to pass a bill that would let trans people change their medical sex on their, like, their certificate. I ain't being nationalistic for shit. That's trash. That's, like, I had nothing to be proud of. It's different about Sweden. I don't know, I was making a joke. I think, like, some European, I don't know, it was a joke, chat. Because Western Europe is often aggrandized as, like the, oh my god, amazing, you know, bulwark of countries, but they also all have their own problems. A lot of the really, really good European countries have, like, mandatory military service and shit, so... It's shite to be Scottish. Aye, that's a good fucking clip from Trainspotting. It's shite being Scottish. If you've never watched Trainspotting, you should Google that clip. But yeah, every country's shit. If you're overly proud of your country, you're probably fucking blind. Good job. More news at 10. But we can move on to the Streamy Awards and get away from this. Again, I do wish Bao the best. I hope she is taking as much time as she needs and doesn't have to deal with this bullshit for much longer. So yes, Streamy Awards time. We can end on like a fun thing. Well, kind of fun. There's discussion to be had. So if you don't know, the Streamy Awards is like I think it's hosted by MatPat, isn't it? It's like a yearly award for streaming, right? Where they give different awards to different streamers for different categories, right? It's hosted by MatPat, right? It's not done yet. The nominations are out. The show isn't gone. I think it's hosted by MatPat. Is it? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. Oh, is it hosted by... Hang on. I should probably check this before I make myself look into it. Yeah, this year's being hosted by MatPat, which actually kind of... I like MatPat. I feel like MatPat gets a lot of hate. I like him. I think he's fun. MatPat gets so much hate for like... Bro, this is another example of people hating on people for the dumbest reasons. Like, MatPat will post a theory that is like maybe wrong and people act like he actually committed a war crime and it's like... Bro, it's a FNAF theory. Calm down. It's not worth hating someone over. I've seen legitimate Reddit threads of people being like, why do you hate MatPat? And they're like, for me, it's because he made that Subnautica theory. And it's like, bro, really? He made a theory about a video game and you hate him? Just because, like, you probably also hate, like, war criminals. So you're going to put them on the same, like, you have, like, no distinction. You have no gray area. You're just like, you hate everyone. I don't get people that do that. They hate everyone and anyone and all the time. It's weird. Anyway, so yes. We have Streamy Awards. Let me see if I think I bookmarked it. Why am I here? I keep bookmarking it and then forgetting I bookmarked it. I remember the fault of Ness's sounds. That shit was funny. People legitimately get angry about that and I'm like, what? Yeah, sometimes his history research is bad and you're like, oh, that hurts, but I don't think it's worth hating a person, you know? Like it's oh god. You know, oh god, MatPat's doing another theory about a thing I love. Oh no. But like, I don't think it's worth it to hate a guy, you know? You saw the thumbnail, so I'm just going to be Filian suspended for that hot tub stream. No, so Filian is one of the nominees for 2 categories. Let me find the other one. This one. This one is interesting. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about all the nominations in this. But this is the nominees for, I guess, Best VTuber or Top VTuber at the Streamy Awards, right? He did a VTuber like podcast type of thing. It was for YouTube. It was on YouTube Twitter, I think, where they talked about like VTubing and as a boom. So Filian, which we'll go through them. Filian, GOOOOO, Mouse, Jaden, and Shoto, right? So yeah, so the thing is, right, like, is you have to ask yourself, what is this award? Is it just best streamer who happens to be a VTuber, or is it for the best VTuber? Which I think are 2 different things, right? I don't think it's just a semantic difference. I think if it's best streamer who is a VTuber, then sure, all of these are fine, whatever. Maybe except GOOOOO, but we'll get into that. But I think, and a better way would be to like say, okay, what person has done the most for the VTubing community? What VTuber has pushed the boundaries the most? What person has introduced it to like a mainstream audience? Shit like that, right? So I think Filian is fine. I actually think Filian is fine for this. I think Filian has done a lot in terms of not only breaking out the VTuber scene in terms of, you know, how popular she got, but also like collabing with people, doing VR stuff. She's got a very unique brand of comedy to her that's different from different to the average VTuber, I'd say. So I think Filian is fine. I would also include Filian. Ironmus is also fine after all of her fundraising streams and, you know, all that she's done and being the biggest streamer on Twitch and all that shit, and she's probably the most mainstream VTuber. I think that's fine. Yeah, Linus is working with Filian as well, which is weird. Yeah, the Linus Filian collab thing is weird to me. Shoto, I think, is also a good pick. Shoto is probably the biggest male indie VTuber at the moment, and he's done a lot to push the, I guess, the male VTubing scene. I mean, if you think about it, like, there's not a ton of other big male indie VTubers, so all of them are trying their hardest. Hey, Small, how you going? So I don't mind Shoto being up here. I think it's fine. GOOOOO and Jaden are both interesting picks. So GOOOOO first feels like the agency pick for the most popular agency VTuber. She's not streamed. She's streamed like 5 times this year. Like, I don't think it's fair if you're doing a yearly award show to give it to someone who hasn't streamed for the last half a year, you know? If you're going to give it to an agency member, I'd probably give it to Ollie from Hololive. I think Ollie from Hololive has probably done one of the, or maybe Callie or Ollie, but I think Ollie from Hololive has done probably one of the biggest amounts in terms of linking VTubing to, you know, VTubing to the IRL streamer scene, linking VTubing to other VTubers, doing collabs between different agencies, doing collabs with different, you know, types of content, right? Or Vox. Vox has pushed the male VTuber. Vox and Luxium as a whole have kind of pushed the male VTubing scene a lot. They did it at the debut, but they're still doing it. Both of them, I think, and yeah, they did. A lot of Luxium have done fundraisers. Sorry, Vox and Uki have both done fundraisers, but Vox raised a fuck ton. Rin Penrose could also be one. Again, another breakout star for Idol. For me personally, I'd probably put Ollie just because I think Ollie has done a lot more than, I think Ollie has done more than people think for Hololive and VTubing as a whole. I think it's not kind of sung as much about, it's not kind of recognized as much, but I think Ollie opening the doors to a lot of collabs and kind of being the link between a lot of different groups of VTubers has done a significant amount to sort of link the entire VTubing community together, and I do think she should be like respected for that. So I would probably nominate Ollie if I was picking an agency VTuber. Vox is also a good pick. Not GOOOOO. Not that I don't like GOOOOO, but I don't think, not only does GOOOOO not stream, she might be the most popular, but I'ma be 100% honest, right? This is another hot penumbral take, right? Just don't hate me, okay? GOOOOO is an entertaining streamer. She's an entertaining VTuber. Watching her streams is great. GOOOOO doesn't really do anything that pushes the boundaries of VTubing all that much. Hey Lopi, how you going? I am still live. It's only been an hour and 50 minutes. We're wrapping up. This is the final talk. I'm about to hate. So not only is she not active anymore, she hasn't streamed, I mean, like, she streamed...
Penumbra, fuck you!
The real issue with putting GOOOOO in, besides basically being filler, is that it puts whoever wins in the firing line for GOOOOO's fans. That sucks.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Salty. Thank you for the super chat. She's correct, right? She's correct, you're correct. It is asking for a war between different fan bases, but... yeah, GOOOOO, you know, GOOOOO a few years ago when she was really pushing the fucking mainstream, you know, she was the big hammer that broke into the mainstream audience, right? Absolutely. Current GOOOOO is just a streamer. And I'm not saying that to put her down. She's a fun streamer. I enjoy her streams. She's entertaining, but she doesn't do anything to really push the bubble. She doesn't collab with other agencies really, or push the collab boundaries. She doesn't do like super out there like 3D stuff or dancing stuff or you know, VR stuff. She just streams video games or just chatting. and yes, the Guru of a few years ago I would give the award to, but currently, I said Ollie. I went over this, but if I was nominating an agency VTuber, I would nominate Ollie from Hololive. I think Ollie from Hololive has done probably one of the most amount of work in linking, you know, Hololive to other agencies and linking VTubing to the general public. I think Ollie has done an incredible amount, and I kind of feel bad that, you know, people don't talk about it more. But yeah, or Callie. Callie's also done a lot in terms of linking VTubing to the mainstream, and also being just probably one of the most prolific Hololive members for music. Niji, Vox would be a very good pick for his fundraiser and his pushing of male VTubers into the mainstream as well. From vshojo, Mouse would be my pick from vshojo with her fundraiser and the collab she's done, what she's appeared on. She's been everywhere, done everything. She's like the most watched fucking streamer ever. So Mouse is fine, Filian's fine, Shoto is fine. I'd replace Guru with Ollie. Shoto and Vox are both fine for like the male indie scene. I feel like the checklist of corpos and indies and had to make sure they included one of each. Yeah, I mean, Jaden is the one that's, I don't know. She's a VTuber. She has a VTuber model. She streamed with it. She's 100% a VTuber. But I feel like if you're giving an award for VTubing, it feels weird to include someone that isn't, you know, a full-time VTuber, if that makes sense. Because, right, think about it another way, right? Let's say you were giving an award to the top Minecraft YouTuber, right? And so you were going through and you were like, okay, here's our nominees for top Minecraft YouTubers that are all, the rest of them are Minecraft YouTubers. And then you include like Jacksepticeye because he streamed Minecraft, or PewDiePie even because he streamed Minecraft. Like, well, PewDiePie would have been fine because he actually fucking introduced the Minecraft Renaissance. But like, if you included, you know, one of the big streamers that played it a couple times on stream or played it every so often, right? Yeah, or like XUC. Like, you're not wrong. They played Minecraft. They've done it a few times. They've done it fairly consistently. They are technically a Minecraft streamer, but the point of the category would be to kind of shine a light on a community that's different from the other streaming communities. It'd be like, hey, look, you have, you know, your normal streaming communities, and then you have like the Hermitcraft people, the Sidecraft people. You have Minecraft community. These people stream Minecraft exclusively. They are good at it. They have a community built around it. Let's shine a light on this community and show what they can do, right? And so that's the point of the category. So your nominees should reflect that. They should be like fucking Etho and, I don't know, Captain Sparkles. Fucking, I mean, if you want to include Dream, you can put Dream in there. You could put fucking Technoblade, Tommy in it, whatever, right? You shine a light in that community and be like, hey, look, this is the Minecraft Ilmango. Yeah, if you want to include Sidecraft people, Mumbo Jumbo, Ilmango, pretty much anyone from Sidecraft probably deserve it. Those boys have put a lot of time into the game. But like, it feels like you should be shining a light on that. To not do that, to like include someone else who is technically a VTuber but doesn't really interact, like Jaden doesn't really interact with the community that much. She doesn't stream as a VTuber full time. She feels like an animator with a VTuber model rather than a VTuber. I don't care. I'm not one of those people that's angry that she's included. How dare she? I like Jaden. I think Jaden, if Jaden gets it, whatever. I won't be molding. I think Jaden's a cool people. I think she's a cool person. I like her content. I think she's an amazing content creator. I just think it's weird for a VTuber category to include someone who is very much kind of a part-time VTuber, if that makes sense. People who don't know shit about VTubers at least recognize one name on this. I guess so. It's just, I don't know. That's kind of my issue with it, right? Is that it just feels a bit unnecessary as a category. Again, it's the distinguishing between here are the top streamers that happen to also have VTuber models versus here's the top people in the VTubing scene and that are pushing the community. But we also had Shy Lily and Filian in the Breakout streamer, which I think both are very valid. Filian had a fucking amazing year. She has broken into the mainstream so goddamn quick. You blinked and she was here. Such blurry lines for YouTubers who also stream in their free time. Yeah, it's strange. Like, would you consider Jacksepticeye a streamer? Maybe, kinda, I guess. But, maybe? Yeah, he is, but you know him as a YouTuber. But at least with that, he's streaming consistently, right? Do they count for stream-specific awards? Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know any of the 3D people on the list, but they are breakout streamers, which means they probably they're not like long-term creators. They've had a breakout year. Filian and Shiori both valid. I mean, yeah. Where's my Punkalopi? Where's she on this nomination? Streamy Awards. Ren would have been another one that could have been included, but yeah, Shiori and Filian I think both make sense. I think it's both. I think it's valid. I don't see anything wrong with that. Tell Lopi how you think I'm her. Lopi, why do you have both your alts in my stream? You have yourself and your fangirl alt. That is botting. I will tell YouTube they will ban you. Mods have a fangirl, girls watch me, and you can check your analytics, bro. You know that, right? You can see how many girls watch you. It's part of the YouTube. This is the best discovery ever. Lopi finds out females exist, real colorized. I can't believe Lopi would simp. I cannot believe she would simp. What actually, Lopi, I am interested. I don't know if you want to say it on chat. You can DM me if you want. What is your gender split in your audience? You can DM me if you want instead. I'm kind of curious. And before Lopi finds out Pen's trolling her. Yeah, I'm actually the one running the Lopi fangirl account. What's mine? I think mine, last time I checked, was about 70-30 split. 60-40, somewhere around there. Depends what I upload, depends what I'm doing. There was a time when it was like half and half, which was wild. To be fair, I'm covering news, so I'm not a very gendered channel, you know? %41 female viewers. There you go. I think that's there you go. Not the Rizalopi. That's honestly shocking to me. Women love me. Men fear me. She's actually lying, chat. It was just 41 total female viewers. She just doesn't know how to read percentages. Fish want me. Women fear me. %. I mean, no, it's viewers. I don't know. You'd have to see her analytics, but yeah, I think my all-time stats are like, yeah, but it kind of edges between 60-40 and 70-30 depending on the day. So the females are all Pen on his alt accounts. That's true. I've just created a million female alternative accounts to boost Lopi's stats. I don't think that many women exist.
Penumbra, fuck you.
Here's a fun fact. Yuko Uri has 38% female viewers. How on earth?
Thank you for the super chat follower. I mean, you know, I guess that is interesting. I mean, Yuko isn't, again, is Yuko a girl really? She's more of an entity. She's more of a gremlin than anything. I don't think she'd have a very gendered stream. Anyone can look at her and be like, what the fuck? You would do that for her? Well, it's the world's longest debate. I'm going to get her to the point where she thinks she has like a 50-50 split of male to female viewers. And then I'm going to pull the rug. I'm going to unsubscribe them all. It's going to drop to 0 and she's going to cry. How many male to women %? I just talked. I have about 60-40. 60-40, 70-30, depending on what type of content it is. You should have seen when I upload the fucking Luxium video. Oh my god. Jesus. There was a point in time, that is the only point in time where my female viewership has outstripped my male viewership. That looks like, bruh. I mean, I knew it's not surprising, but dang. I don't know if you can see it for specific videos. I don't know if you can see the viewer like demographic for specific videos or not. Can you? Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I have 100% female view cause 100% of 0 is still 0.
The math is true. Thank you for the super chat slider. Yeah, that Luxium vid has 70% female viewership. So, there you go. Not that that's at all surprising. Also, a very large amount of Filipino viewers from that as well. Interesting. Oh, my age demographic, I think, is mostly like 20 to 30 or whatever it is. I mean, I can just read through all of the... Sorry, yeah, we're wrapping up. I'm going to raid someone. We just got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I should have acknowledged that. Guys, 87.6% of you are not subscribed. Can you hit that subscribe button? Good. Yeah. But 30, 70, 60, 40, female to male. Most 50% 18 to 24. 27% 25 to 34. Nah, I'm good. I'm unsubbing. Probably a solid choice. Channels your audience watches. Joey Bazinger's Shorts channel. Mad. Lean Lee TV clips. Sheena and Game Changer. What your audience watches. Cherry from V Reverie. And... yeah. Top geographies. 44% United States. 6% Philippines. I have more people from the Philippines than the United Kingdom. Dang. 4% Indonesia. Dang. 4% Australia. 3.3% Germany. That's Mars. Mars is my 3% German. 2% from Malaysia. What is like my lowest? What is my lowest city? I can't do it. I can't inverse. Lowest I can see is Bangladesh at 0.1%. French is 0.8%. There are more Russians watching me than French. There's 0.9% Russian. .2% Vietnamese. That's probably gonna go down. Sans, yes. Sorry, it's Megalovania. Yes, I know. I heard it too. Snans. Lopi, I was telling chat the other day how good of a Sans impression you do. It's like your one talent. Should we raid someone? I'm gonna stop fucking talking like an idiot. Who do we want to raid? I'm not raiding Fauna. I would actually die. I don't think Fauna has... I doubt Fauna has raids enabled. That'd be a very... I don't think she would do that. I mean, I can check. We're not raiding into her regardless, but I can check and see if it is. No, Fauna does not have raids enabled. Which is understandable. Understandable. Elia's playing only up. You guys want to see? Do you reckon Elia gets mad? Raid Penumbra? I hate that guy. Fuck, he's cringe. You see Elia play only... I'm kind of curious if Elia gets mad. You missed the stream? Yeah, I'm sorry. We're wrapping up. Banana? What do we... Okay, what do we want to say when we raid into her? What's a funny banana pun? Lopi, this is the kind of brain power we need from you. There's one thing I think you're good at, it's coming out with dumb puns. I'm not raid... No, not small boy raid. She calls them Stananas and Starlings now, right? Goose raid. I don't know any banana puns. This is terrible. Whatever. Whatever, you guys can pick one. Maybe do short boy raid, but with bananas. Is there a banana emoji? Hang on, can someone find it? Come on. There's gotta be a banana emoji. There is! Okay, hang on. I'm leaning into the short boy raid for one time only. If only because I want to see the banana spam. There you go. You can copy that and paste it when we get in. There you go. I mean, the banana kind of looks like a crescent moon. So, you know, it kind of works. It kind of works. You know, maybe this was meant to be. Watch, we're going to go into Raider, so you can be finishing. Actually, I don't know how long she's been live for. Live for 2 hours. Ooh, we might be kind of close. Should probably check. Should probably check she's not wrapping up. We could be right into an empty room, just all of us shouting about bananas. What is she doing? Nope, she's still playing.
Let's go.
She's still playing.
Up.
She's still playing. She's vibing. Alright. Fun is talking about bananas as we speak. It was meant to be. Alright. I'm going to go to my ending screen and I think we're finished. I think there's nothing else I want us to talk about. Yeah, so I'm probably not streaming Vtism tomorrow. I'm sorry. I know. I said I would, but then I have something to do tomorrow that I was meant to do today, and I can't do it today because I had to stream today, so probably not streaming tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to upload a schedule. I can't fucking be bothered. And I want to play Baldur's Gate, and I don't want to schedule it because then it might not work. You know what? I'll stream when I stream, alright? I have a Discord and a Twitch. If you want to see me stream, just follow me there, and then you'll get a notification. Otherwise, just fucking deal with it. I don't know. Go raid the banana girl. Say hi to her. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't deserve this. If we get out of my chat, hate it here.